What is up, everyone? I am here in Mendota, Illinois, where I will be speaking to two different high schools. And let me tell you, from the moment that I step foot on the first campus, I can already tell it is going to be a special day. You know, students today, they are facing the relentless noise of expectations and pressure coming from every area of their lives. And the truth is, the world is not slowing down. The pressure, it is not going away. And that is why my message is all about how we can take the inevitable discomfort and disruptions of life and use them as a catalyst to expand into something greater, individually and collectively. So let's go.
You are worth it.
Over the course of my life, what I have learned is I have learned how to perfect my ability so that on the outside looking in, everything looks good, it looks great. I have learned if I could just protect and perfect the facade, I can hide the fear. And so that's what I do. You know, as a West Point graduate, as an Army officer, as an NFL athlete, it's easy for me to walk into an auditorium like this or wherever I go and pull my shoulders back and lift my head up on high. And from the outside looking in, it looks good. It looks great. And while that is true, sometimes it's not the fullness of my truth. What would your school experience feel like if you could show up every day and no longer worry about being found out? What would your school experience look like, and more importantly, feel like if you could walk through your halls and truly start to care more about what you say about yourself and more about what you think about yourself rather than what other people might say or think about you? What if we no longer forfeited our power and gave our power away to other people and allowed them to define our worth? Imagine how that could change your everyday experience inside of school and outside of it as well. I can't help but to think that it could radically change not just your individual life, but the culture of your schools.
Going through my entire high school experience, taking all of the fear, all of the insecurity, all of the self-doubt, compartmentalizing it and pushing it to the side while perfecting this facade so that from the outside looking in, you saw a student athlete who had a bright future. You saw somebody that could handle all of life's challenges. You saw somebody that had it together all the time, even though that was the furthest thing from my truth. And day after day, that pressure, it began to build and build and build. I think all of us in here, we can probably all collectively agree that words, they carry power. Your words carry power. Your words have the potential to elevate and to uplift somebody's life, or your words have the capacity to tear somebody down and to make them feel remarkably small. Words have power. You see, when you leave this gymnasium today and you go back to your regular scheduled life, you can count on it. Fear, it's inevitable. Mistakes, it's part of the process. Failure, you can count on it. But you have a choice that you have to make. You have to decide, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? And through it all, I hope, my deepest hope, is that you all remember that you are worth it.
I think it's important to remember, like, the thoughts that we have and those emotional, it doesn't make us a bad person. It's part of the human experience, right? And oftentimes they're inviting us to know ourselves better. They're inviting us into a greater experience of life if we're willing to follow those thoughts, honor those thoughts, and then take them and get the help that we need, right? Because I look at my life I have done great things, not in spite of those experiences, but because of them. I've become a great father, a great spouse, not in spite of them, but because of them. And I know that could be true for you too.